Hello and welcome to our Hopper HQ introductory webinar. I'm Isabel. I manage customer here at Hopper HQ, and my job is to make sure that you succeed and love Hopper HQ. And this webinar will hopefully be a stepping stone on the way to that journey. In this webinar, we'll be covering account and team setup, planner overview, creating post, calendar analytics as well. There will be time for a Q&A at the end. This is really just an overview of Hopper HQ covering our power features and where you will spend the majority of your time in Hopper HQ. Hopper HQ is a scheduling tool aimed at small to medium-sized businesses, and we cater to help you nail your social media. Social media can be tricky and time-consuming, and we've built social media to tackle those two things. We hope that with Hopper HQ, you'll find it easy and a lot faster to manage your social media using a scheduling tool. Okay, so this is Hopper HQ, and this is what your content will look like once you've built. This is what your Hopper HQ will look like once you've built out your content inside. Hopefully, the first thing you can notice is that it's super visual first and super content first, and that is because of our history. So Hopper HQ started back in 2016, and we were the first Instagram scheduling tool of its kind. And so we paved the way of this whole scheduling, and we are proud to where we are now. Now, before we only catered for Instagram, but now you can auto post to Instagram, Facebook pages, X or Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube Shorts, that is, and TikToks. And with Instagram, you can auto post stories, reels, as well as posts. But yeah, now you have full management of all your channels in one place, which is super valuable. So you can have your text-based LinkedIn posts, your website, Instagram, all planned out for you in your Hopper HQ and managed from one central source. Which is a lot easier than bouncing between all the different platforms, definitely. But let's discuss what we're looking at here. So we're currently on the planner page. Before we dive into the planner page, let's just talk about page setup. So in this left-hand column, the menu will open. And here I can see that I'm in the Hopper HQ team. So to explain, everyone who signs up for Hopper HQ has an email address login. And that email address login can house your subscription and your accounts. Alternatively, it can be part of Teams. So I have my Teams here, and I can click on this to see which teams I am part of. And I have many teams associated with my one login at Hopper HQ. So I have one login to access all my teams. You can obviously have different logins to access your different accounts, but to make it easier when you're managing multiple clients, multiple brands, have things separated for whatever reason, you can manage them within the same login. The reason you might want them separate, as I said, different brands, different clients, and it means that they have completely different settings, account setup, and permissions and access. And so what that means is that you can control each account's subscription by itself. So it might be, we see people who manage clients. You might want each client to have their own subscription. So you can easily manage that if they grow or if they don't, and if they decide to go elsewhere. Also with now that the subscriptions covered, you can also have team members to your account. So with Hopper HQ, you have your team members added to your account, and the number of team members is dependent on the plan that you have. But you can control their permissions and their access within Hopper HQ as well. And obviously, it's a different account, so you can see the different accounts. But once you click into the team or account, you have your social media profiles connected on the left-hand side. And you can see here, we have all of the Hopper HQ ones here. Yeah. And now the planner page. So this is our menu within the team or account. And we can navigate between it here. And then you can see here, we're on the planner page. So the planner is broken down into these sections, and the scheduled are the posts we're 100% happy with, and they will be published as we set them within the account. So if I click into them, I can see this quick edit view appear on the right-hand side, and this allows me to see kind of how I've set the post and make any last-minute edits if I so wish. Anywhere you see a post in Hopper HQ, you can click into it to expand this quick edit view on the right-hand side. Further, anywhere you see a post in Hop HQ, you can pick it up and you can drag and you can drop it. And that's handy because you might decide, oh, we need to delay that promotion, or something else needs to go out before them. You have full autonomy of what goes out and when, and full edit capacity until the post starts publishing on your behalf. Then we have our drafts, which is a great thinking ground, a place to dump media, come back to later. With drafts, I always recommend when you're new to Hop HQ, just upload all your content that you have, because usually people have a bit of a backlog to get onto their channels, onto Hop HQ, and we support you with that through our bulk upload capacity. So you can bulk upload just the media, so the images and videos. I think it's up to 50 media items at a time in one go. Mark them all as drafts, save them, and come back to them and cherry pick the ones you're ready to schedule immediately. It kind of just like removes that friction barrier of kind of, oh, I don't know where to start. Just get all your content up there. And once you see the ones you want to kind of like, you can start curating your strategy and deciding kind of how you want to publish and how to get started. That's especially important for people who like don't yet have a strategy. Sometimes it's nice to kind of test a few things out when you're building your strategy. So just get your content on Hop HQ, and then you can cherry pick the ones you want to schedule, which align with your social media goals. So yes, you can bulk upload via the media bulk upload. You can also bulk upload via the CSV bulk upload. So if you create your posts in a CSV file, you can share that CSV file with Hop HQ, and we will create the posts on your behalf. The benefit of CSV bulk upload is that we will create the entire post for you. So with CSV bulk upload, you have to have the media URL that we will be able to retrieve on your behalf, the post time and date, so we know exactly when to schedule it, the caption and any notes and first comment that we need to pop in to the post as well. So with bulk upload, it like kind of puts them up there so you can then define. But if you're come to Hop HQ at a place where you're ready to like get the content scheduled and have it ready, a CSV bulk upload is an amazing option for you to kind of get posts up on Hop HQ super, super quickly. Great. And then if you decide, right, I want to cherry pick this post and move it into a scheduled, you simply can do it here with this toggle, but we'll explain this whole UX in a little bit. The next toggle we have is post approvals. So approvals are a team feature, and they allow you to approve and create an approval workflow within Hop HQ. This is handy, obviously, for people working in teams. Anyone who has access to the account can set a post for approval, but only those with full publishing or admin permissions will be able to view these posts set for approval and approve or not them. So if I trust myself, I can quickly approve this post. If I don't, I can click into it, open the quick edit view. I can see here, oh, there's not a caption there. That's weird. I can add a note. Please add a caption. And then I can reject it and press save, and it will move back into the draft blue queue. If I set it as approve, it will move into the scheduled queue. We'll let you know if there's ever any issues with the post. So you can see here, post cannot be scheduled in the past. It is scheduled for the 3rd of May. So I'll just leave that there. I would be able to edit that if I so wanted. The next column is our history, which is beneficial because it's a log of all published posts from the account. And here, the main reason you'll be here is to reschedule amazing content. So you might think, oh, what was that post I did back in June that did amazing? You would be able to scroll through, find that post and reschedule it. So you can reschedule it by pressing this button, but also if you just want to remind yourself what the post was, as I've said, anywhere in Hop HQ, you can click into it and you'll see here we've got this post. This isn't interactable until you reschedule it. So if I would choose to reschedule, then everything becomes editable and clickable. But if I don't, it's just a quick view that you can see. Great. Then obviously on our right-hand side, we've got our grid planner, which is an amazing feature within Hopper HQ for you to be able to plan your grid. It is an Instagram and TikTok feature because the other platforms work on a feed format. So as you can see, I've got my published posts here. I can't do anything with those other than reschedule. So I can click into it and see what I published and reschedule it from the grid planner. But if I want to edit or delete the post, I have to head to the platform itself to make those edits. These are the posts which I have full autonomy of because these are in my Hopper HQ queue. Hopper HQ queue, there you go. I'm currently just looking at my scheduled post, but I can add this toggle to include my drafts, which is handy when you're like fully starting off and you don't want anything in your scheduled queue, because if it's scheduled, it will publish if forgotten about, whereas if it's a draft, it won't publish even if it's forgotten about. And so you can see here, we've got the icon that's like, oh, do you want to move it around? Yeah, let's give it around. You can click into them as I've shown you and have all of that flexibility there, which is great. But yeah, the planner is kind of like your dashboard of the account, and it is account specific. So I'm currently in the Hopper Hub Instagram account, and these are all the posts which pertain to that. Let's go and create a post. So as I mentioned, we have a few bulk options. And if you click the blue create button, you'll see here we have a menu that opens. So we know kind of what we're creating. The bulk create is what we call the bulk media upload. So if you just want to get your media on Hopper HQ and get started there. And then we have our CSV importer, which is what I mentioned, create a CSV file and we'll create the posts from what you fill in that CSV file. Alternatively, you can create a singular post, a singular reel, or a singular story. And it's not really singular, because if I go and create a post, I can add to this and pop a post in, pop a reel in, and pop a story in, and you can kind of keep going. But for the purpose of this, I will just create a post. There is a reason that we differentiate between post, reel, and stories, and that's because they've got slightly different sizes, and we want to always make sure we're posting the most optimal sized content for you to the platforms. We were recently at a Meta event, and they were telling us about how the best content is the one which is to Instagram specifications. So have a look at them. They've got their guidelines. We've also got the guidelines in our help center for if you're creating content to make sure it's like the perfect size. And if you change your mind halfway through, oh, I actually want this to be a reel, you can change it here using this toggle. I will cancel this. We do have an autosave feature, but I'll create a post from new. So upload images and videos. We have a few options here. You are able to obviously drag and drop files from your computer, as well as access your device here. You can have your upload via a link, Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, and Unsplash. And obviously the cloud platforms are great to kind of like store your content and then get them onto Hopper HQ to get them onto your social media platforms. Unsplash is an incredible place to start if you're completely new to this and don't have content to post. Unsplash is an online directory of amazing stock photography and media items. It's freely available and integrated into Hopper HQ. So I can literally search anything in here, from alarm clock to a pig to blue to anything I want to talk about. If you're a surfing shop, you could look up surf icons. If you're a real estate agent, you could look up beautiful housing estates and all of that. So yeah, you can literally upload anything here. The one thing with this is that they're not always the right size. So let's just see if this one is the right size. If it's not, Hopper HQ will kindly tell me that it isn't the right size. So let's wait for that to upload. Always takes a little bit longer when I'm on Zoom. Okay, so you can see here we've got the red border around the image. So this is Hopper HQ telling me this isn't the ideal size. So let's see, if I hold that over this, I can crop the image. And then I've got the preset crop for the ideal size, and I can save that crop here. And also what it will tell me is if doing that crop, is the image now too small and not a viable size? But let's see. No, that looks perfect. No warnings from Hopper HQ, so we're happy with that. If I wanted to add more media to it to create a carousel or a media post or a multi-image post, you can do so here. I can also tag people. So I can tag Pop HQ here. This is our Instagram. Do follow us and keep up to date with the latest news that way. Crop, I've already shown you, but we have this image editor, which is fantastic. It's so much better than the Instagram one, but you have all of this ability within it. So if you are using your own images or Unsplash, you might want to personalize them yourself, and you can do that here. We also have the option to delete the image. Now, when is this post going out? We automatically recommend you times to post, and we will put this into your content settings, and I'll show you them a little bit later. But once you've looked at your best time to post analytics, which I'll also show you a bit later, as well as understanding your audience and how they use social and when they're online and when they engage, you can create your own content schedule for your accounts. And we will, once you create that in Hopper HQ, we will automatically put every new post into that schedule. So this is my schedule, and it drops into the last available slot. So you can see here I've got posts for 2030. I'm just so organized that it drops into the last available slot in the queue. So that's why it's so far in the future. But I obviously have full autonomy here. So I can decide, no, I need this post to actually go out this year because that's what I need. And you can create the post, choose the time and date like such. We always recommend going for kind of weird looking times to play with the algorithm. Lots of people use scheduling tools, and lots of people are not very imaginative with the times they set. They're like 9 a.m., 8:30 p.m. And they go for the very like round numbers. So Instagram and the other platforms are flooded with content at that time. So it's always good to kind of go a little bit like 11:12 or 22 past the hour to kind of like play the game a little bit more. But if I change my mind and I want to use my post schedule time, I can press this button and return it to my content schedule. As well, you can post the content immediately. So if I tick post now, finish scheduling, and then press save, it will start publishing immediately. And that's really handy to like get content out, which maybe you've forgotten about like a national holiday and like it's pertinent to your brand, or if like you've had to close your store early and you want to let your customers know, or you've got a surprise guest at your comedy club tonight and you want people to know about it, then you can start posting immediately. Now, captions. So captions are obviously where the value of the post comes from. We help you out here with this kind of saved library. So we have saved recurring captions in here and some hashtags that we use all the time. But always remember, every caption needs to be unique. Duplicate content is the biggest trigger of spam filters, and the most sensitive platforms are Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and X. So just be careful with the duplicate content. So it's great if like a caption's working for you, but just reword it, rephrase it. And we can help you with that with our AI tools. So we've got a text transformer, which will generate a caption from what you've written, and you can adjust the tone. You've got a generate caption. I'll show you this now. So this will write me a caption from the image that I've uploaded. Let's go friendly tone and see what it says. It's quite a boring photo, so my hopes aren't high, but let's see what the AI gods have for me today. Beautiful, beautiful. And because my demo account is all about holidays, it does kind of make sense that it uses the tone of voice that you've published with recently, as well as like the vibe of your account and obviously the image. So it can create things for you, which is great. And then we also have the generate hashtags, which works in the exact same way. We'll generate hashtags from the image you've uploaded. Cool. So we can see here it's currently ticked to auto post. Everything's natively ticked to auto post, but we do have an incredible mobile app. I'd really recommend downloading the mobile app just so you can create the content on the go, check in. If you're like, oh, walking someone, you're like, oh, what post do I actually have going out today? You can double check and like see that you're happy with that. Another feature of our mobile app is that you can post using Reminder instead of auto post. Oh, I've just zoomed in. There you go. And if you tick this, at the scheduled time and date, you'll get a mobile notification through the Hop HQ app guiding you to publish the post. It will copy the caption to your phone's clipboard so you can paste that in, and it will save the media to the top of your phone gallery. So it'll be super easy for you to kind of like find the image, upload, add any special features, copy the caption, and get it away. The reason you might want to do this is because we cannot access like Instagram and TikTok specific music features. We were at a Meta event recently and they explained to us that it's a huge request from all scheduling tools and everyone's yelling for it. But due to copyright law, Instagram and TikTok are not allowed to share what they have with scheduling tools. If that changes, we're first on the list to find out, and we will of course implement it so quickly. But just so you guys are aware, that feature is not available because of copyright law. Great. And then we also help you out with captions in a few ways. Sorry, hashtags in a few ways. We have this hashtag search where you can search for any hashtag, get similar hashtags as well as the reach of that hashtags. And then you also have your hashtag bank. And these are hashtags which you have created in our hashtag explorer. I won't have time to cover that today, but dive in. It's a log, an analytics of hashtags where you can pull and create perfect hashtag groups for the different types of posts that you do, and they will be saved here and you will be able to insert them into your posts with formatted and everything. It's honestly fantastic. Emoji picker, self-explanatory. You can add emojis to your post. We also have first comment, which is an Instagram only feature. You might decide to put your hashtags in the first comment as well. Oh, scrolls all the way down. We have the location, which we can do there. And then the most promising and amazing feature in Hop HQ, in my opinion, is that you can schedule this post to every single account you have connected. So you'll see all the ones here are now reflected here. Obviously, this can't go out as a short because it's a still image. And it can't go out as a TikTok because we don't support TikTok still image posting, but it can go out to everything else. And you'll see here a few things popped up. So I need to add in a pin title for my Pinterest and a pin URL I can as well. But yeah, that's creating a post in Hop HQ. And then you can decide if you want it draft, request approval, or scheduled. It will automatically go as scheduled. So you can change that if you want. And if you are working in bulk, like I've got these 4 posts here, we've got these bulk actions and I can mark them all as draft. So they'll all switch, or I could switch them all to the different formats we have here. Do let me know if you have any questions with that. Great. Next, I'll show you the calendar, which is another amazing place for you to spend time in Hop HQ to curate the perfect upcoming content. And the benefit of the calendar is that the planner is great because it's account specific. The calendar can be combined. So you can decide, right, I want to look at both my Instagram accounts and I want to look at my Facebook as well. And you'll see here that now I've got other content on here that I didn't have when it was just the one Instagram account. So that's really handy to make sure that like your online presence is cohesive throughout the platforms. So here, you can drag and you can drop. You can click into a post and view it, make any edits that you want, and hopefully this now makes more sense now that we've created a post together. You can also click into any empty space to create a post. So this is just a vertical create the create bits that we were looking at horizontally previously, which is so handy. So you can kind of do everything here. And we also have these handy filters. So you might just want to look at your scheduled posts. You might just want to look at your stories, and you can kind of do that there, and we'll support you with that. Great. Okay, now I want to show you our analytics. So I'm going to jump into this account to show you the analytics because they're a little bit more interesting. So we break down analytics into these 4 categories here. We'll start with post analytics, as it's a breakdown of each and every post via their engagement, likes, comments, saves, reach, as well as impressions. You can order this data by what's important for you. So if you're looking for chatter and building a community, it might be what caption generated the most comments. Or if you're looking for that virality of it, what content gave us the most impressions and reach, and you can do it that way. Then we have our best time to post, which in my opinion is the best because of this heat map. So the darker the blue, the more online followers we have, and the lighter the blue, the less. So this is helpful once your account's a bit more established. So you can see, right, we need to be targeting when people are actually online and on Instagram. So we can get that initial hit of engagement, which gets the algorithm ball rolling to keep the engagement on the up. And then we also have some demographics here, which are obviously great to know, depending on the type of business you are, but we help you out there. And then account analytics are the big higher level metrics, which are good to track, but not the be all and end all. So we've got total followers, following and posts, and then we've got this handy graph, which I think is quite cool because we can see, oh, what did we do on the 12th of September where we gained loads of followers, and what didn't we do the next day where we didn't grow at all? And so you can map your content against this growth via new followers, impressions, reach, profile views, etc. Great. And then we've got our hashtag analytics, which was our like beta version of our full hashtag explorer. So apologies that it's not the most refined looking. Definitely check out our hashtags, please check them out. But this will basically give you your top performing hashtag. So our top performing hashtag is Hop HQ, work memes, corporate life, memes daily. Can you tell we're on a bit of a meme type at the moment? And this will basically, these are the hashtags you should have in every single post. Obviously, if it's not a meme, we won't be chatting about memes. But these are the helpful to be the like, right, I need this hashtag in every post and this one, because this is like what's bringing in the traffic with my account. Great. Okay, so next we've got our settings. So I mentioned a few team accounts and time settings along here. So first, time settings. Here is where you can create your personal account schedule. So it's super easy. You just pop in a time, add there, and you can see here it's added here, and I can delete it like such. So here is kind of where you can, once you've looked at your analytics, create the schedule, and we'll always create posts like that unless you decide other. We have team members, and you can add them via email address. They'll receive an invite to their email, access to Hop HQ with the permissions that you've given them. These are the general permissions, but we go deeper. Let's jump into Mike's and see what we've got here. So we've got the team level permissions, admin or member, and then we've got the account permissions. So we can decide kind of what we want Mike to see and not see and be able to do as well. And we help you out with the definitions with these little eyes. And then we've got default permissions for new accounts. So this is handy if you've got clients in your account and you're like adding other clients' accounts. We might not want them to see any new accounts which are added, understandably. Or it's like, no, they're great. This is my partner in my work. They're an admin. They can see everything moving forward as well. You can remove team members there. I hope that all makes sense. And then the 2 features which I haven't covered today are the hashtags and the link in bio. I really, really recommend you have a little go at those yourself. I don't have time to jump into them today, and I really thank you for your time. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me or the team by pressing our intercom bubble. You can book a call with us or search our help center for any questions, and we're always here to kind of help you along. Thank you everyone who attended, and this recording will be sent to everyone as well as posted on our YouTube channel. So thank you very much for your time and your effort. I've been Isabel, always here to look after you and make your life better with Hop HQ. Don't be a stranger, reach out when you need us. Thanks and all the best.